Dilophosaurus is easily my most anticipated playable in the Isle Evrima. I've always enjoyed striking fear into the hearts of my prey, and Dillo's entire playstyle revolves around exactly that. Fear. Having been given the opportunity to participate in the private stress test, I was able to get my very first real glimpse at Dillo. As it is still in testing, everything about it is subject to change, and I'll admit that right out the gate I was a bit disappointed in its agility. While Dillo is speedy quick, it turns much more like Carno than I had anticipated. Initially I found this frustrating. Up until now I've spent most of my hours in-game as Raptor and Cerrado, two incredibly agile animals. Getting used to not being able to turn as sharply to weave in and out of my target's range takes some doing when much of my hunting style relies on being quite light on my feet. Regardless, beggars can't be choosers. I set to work giving my boy the fairest chance I possibly could on a near-empty stress test server. Luckily, the AI Tennos now fight back as originally intended, and their timing and aim can be incredibly deadly. As a generally solo or duo player, I decided to try my luck without a pack. Dillo can have up to 4 group members, and in most hunts, that's likely ideal. But for my purposes, solo would suffice just fine. The first attempt at fighting an AI Tenno didn't quite go according to plan. A tail slam to my face dropped my health to orange, and I quickly decided that I needed to revert to my Omni instincts. So what if I was less agile? If I could figure out my timing, then going in for bites wouldn't be impossible. Once fully envenomated, I could deal damage without much risk. If this was a player, of course, rather than an AI, I'm sure it would be a much more difficult fight. The AI don't seek to finish me off as I follow them around. And they don't try to fight the hallucinations either, so those are essentially free damage. Out the gate, fighting only AI, Dillo begins to feel a bit overpowered. Get the target to purple, and then just stand back and laugh until it dies. I couldn't base my entire first experience around the AIs. I needed to fight an actual player. The perfect opportunity came in the form of none other than Player Zero. He'd grown Apache and was looking for a Dillo to do some test fights with. The fight during the day went exactly as I expected. I was visible, I was vulnerable, and I have exceptionally nice Dillo legs. Perfect for cracking. It lasted all of about 15 seconds before I was leg broken, and we ended the fight. After healing, we switched gears and waited for night. I haven't played Patchy in the stress test, so I'm not sure how wide their night vision range is. It turned out to be wider than I anticipated though, and my position was blown. An aware Patchy is a dangerous Patchy, especially one as skilled as Player Zero. Although I managed to get him to stage 3 envenomation, unfortunately my hallucinations were bugged and did not activate as intended. Ultimately, I took another leg fracture from an incredibly well-aimed snipe bonk, and that was that. We attempted one final test fight during the day again, but with players starting fully envenomated, and having ensured that my hallucinations were working properly this time. This fight overall felt significantly better. My hallucinations could be used to find openings where I could go in for bites, but also weren't so quick to attack each time they appeared that they were unmanageable for player as far as I could tell. I still ended up going out with a broken leg and back. But if I'd had to face tank at the end in a survival situation instead of calling the fight, I would have won. Ultimately, I've decided that, at least against Patchy, a proper ambush to start out a fight and get Venom on early is likely the best course of action. Hopefully I'll get the chance to try it once the update goes live and I can play on a full server. After my test fights with player, I returned to slaughtering AI Tennos. Spending an entire day practice fighting them began to pay off more quickly than I anticipated. Sure, they fight back, but they are incredibly predictable in how they do so. Always leading with tail slams, followed by either bites or claws once they are low on stamina and can no longer use their slam. With the right angle of attack, baiting out tail slams and using that bait to get head bites is incredibly easy. Then it's just a matter of avoiding the claw attacks by turning the opposite way that the programming anticipates you'll go. By the end of the day, I was dropping AI Tennos with ease, not even needing to wait to heal bleed or regain stamina between fights in many cases. I look forward to playing Dillo on a fully functional ecosystem, so I can get a better idea of how they function against different players in different scenarios. Overall though, I've grown incredibly fond of Evrima's Dillo already. Was it everything I hoped for? No. But that's a good thing, because it actually feels quite balanced as it is now. Am I disappointed in what we're getting? Absolutely not. Let's hope for the bugs to be squashed quickly. I'm excited for everyone to get their hands on Dillo, and to hunt a few of you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and a comment. If you're new around here, consider subscribing for more content like this. Want to hunt with me? Join my Discord server. The link is in the description. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.